Okay, today we are here with Stephanie Mack, a 19-year-old student from CCB College in Monaca, Pennsylvania. Stephanie is from New York, but she's currently attending that school for aviation management. And today we are going to talk about a science problem involving a light bulb and a battery. Stephanie is going to help us out by answering a couple questions regarding how does a light bulb light up with the use of a battery. Hi, Stephanie.
Hello.
Okay, as you can see here, we have a picture of a light bulb, which is the top picture. The bottom picture is a picture of a battery. Stephanie, right here we see that there's two wires coming down, but those wires are not completed. Can you show us how those wires would look if you could see inside the light bulb?
Okay.
Okay, so you think that the two wires are going to both sides of the light bulb.
I believe so.
Stephanie, how would it look if you showed us how the battery connected to those wires? Can you explain to us a little bit about why you chose to draw the wires in those two locations?
I believe the wires would be connected there because if you connected it to the part of the metals on the light bulb, it would complete the flow for the electrons to go from the battery to the light bulb.
Okay, is there an additional way you could think of that you would be able to draw the light bulb with the battery that would produce light as well?
Maybe that way too.
Okay, that's interesting, Stephanie. You showed two different pictures. So you showed the wires in this first picture attaching to each of the sides. In the second picture, you showed us that one portion of the wire is connected to the side while the other is actually connected through the bottom of the wire. Can you explain a little bit your change, why you changed the battery wires to those two locations?
Well, as I was sitting here thinking about it, when you're screwing in a light bulb, it usually doesn't light up until it's screwed in all the way to about like here.
Okay.
So I thought maybe this wire would be going here and this one would actually be going
Down. Okay, great. Can you explain to us a little bit about the process? We see the wires in both of these pictures, and you stated that this is the picture that you believe is the accurate way.
Yes.
Can you explain to us what's happening here with the wires? What's going on between this translation from the battery up into the light bulb that's making this light turn on so we can physically see light?
I think the electrons, they don't originally come from the battery. They're already originally in the wires, and they get pushed up into the light bulb because the battery is actually like a pressurized little container, so it kind of pushes the electrons around.
Okay, so the electrons are going in just one direction, Stephanie, or are they going in a multitude of directions? What about if you had to show the electrons on this side of the battery? Which way would we be showing that the electrons would be moving?
I guess going back into the battery.
So you're saying that the electrons are traveling in one direction.
Yes.
Now, you showed us the way in which the electrons are traveling on the wire. How would you explain the process of what's actually happening when we get into this part of the light bulb?
I think once the electrons enter the light bulb, they collide into each other, and that's what creates the light.
Okay, would you mind drawing a picture of that to show us a representation of what that would look like?
Like as they get into here, it gets like a more confined area.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they just start like hitting into each other because they catch up.
Okay, so what ideally is turning the light bulb on that you're saying is that in this part, the electrons are traveling through the battery. They're colliding into each other here, which in turn reflects light within the battery, or within the light bulb.
Yes.
Okay, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about, Stephanie, to explain this process?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Stephanie, for letting us interview you today. It was great to have some insights about how you think that the light bulb actually works with the use of a battery. Thank you again for letting us interview you.
You're welcome.